Okay, there was some issue for someone on the Teams app. So hope no one faced issue while installing Anaconda. So just open Anaconda. Okay, and then we use Jupyter Notebook. Launch this. Give me a moment. I'm just okay. So as I told you, this is an interactive development environment, and then many others would be PyCharm, Eclipse, Spider. You can use any of it. This is very convenient. So let's get to the topic. If uh, I in this cell, I define the variable yesterday. You saw I wrote a is equal to 1, b is equal to 2.5, c is equal to some 3.7, any of it, and then I can write a plus b plus c, and then I execute. Even though I don't write a print statement here, I'm getting a result here, right? Okay, but in general, we have to write print and then get a result. Okay, but in Jupyter Notebook, even though you don't write a print and you write a plus b plus c or whatever operation you want to write, you will get a result. But in Python Notebook or anywhere, when you're writing any final result display, you use print statement. Otherwise, you will not get the display. Okay, now If you recall, we have learned this conditions, Boolean operators, when we were in somewhere around 7th or 8th, but these are very important because we are at a stage where you will verify the conditions, whether it is a true or false. The output should be a true or a false. So true and true will be true. True other than when using an AND operator, if you have a single false also, the result will be false. Okay. When you're using AND operator, both conditions are true, then only the result will be true. Okay. For an OR condition, when both the results are false, then only it will be false. Okay. Else rest all will be true only. Okay. This we should be aware. And then when you are printing, okay, I write Boolean of a 0. Let me do that. Okay. Boolean of 0 is false. Boolean of other than 0, if I write anything, it will be true condition. Okay. If you see here Boolean of 0, Boolean of 1, Boolean of 2, suppose I write -1, what will happen? True. So anything other than 0 in a Boolean is a true condition, but only 0 is a false condition. Okay. Suppose I don't have anything. You see, this is an empty string. I'm writing it into C, Boolean of C. Okay. If I run this, it will be false. So either a 0 or an empty string, it will return as false. Anything other than that, it will return as a true. Okay. I write some value, Boolean of it. It will be true because I have written something other than 0. Okay. Now, whenever I do plus, it is addition. I do minus, it is subtraction. I do forward slash, it is division. If I do percent, okay, like this, 5 divided by 2, result is 2.5, no? But when I write 5 percentile of 2, you will get as 1. This is reminder, okay? The result, the pending result, whatever is there, the remainder of the division, that will be 5 percentile of 2. If I write double star, okay, 10 to the power of 3. When I write double star, it is 10 to the power of 3. When I write single star, it is multiply. Okay. I should write 10 double star 3. That means 10 cube or 10 to the power of 2, 10 square. Okay. 10 to the power of 4. Okay. Then this I already told you, remainder 17 by 8. Answer would be 1. Okay. Cool. Now let's see something related to strings. Whenever I write something within triple quotes, or whenever I write, put a hash symbol, this is a single line comment. There is no result. This is just a commentary. Or I want a multi-line comment. Okay, this is multi-line comment. But for a single line, whenever you put hash and you try to write something and you go and continue, this is the continuation. It will not work. Okay, you should put whenever you are using hash, everything should be in single line. Okay, if you are writing multi-line, then you have to use 3 quotes and 3 quotes. It will understand that it is a multi-line comment. Okay, should I use only single 3 quotes? Can't I use double? Yes, you can use. Okay, whenever you are using double quotes 3 times, end it with double quote 3 times. Okay, then it will understand. And similar way, don't mix and match. Okay, uh, I'll write like this. This is okay, and you go close with 3 double quote. This will now you see this will not work. If you are opening with 3 single quote, End it with 3 single quote. Don't end it with 3 double quote. Okay. Okay. Any questions here? Right. I want to define Telangana into a variable called state. Okay. Hyderabad city into a variable called city. Right. So when I use a single equal to, it is assigning. I am assigning the value of Telangana to state. I am assigning the value of Hyderabad to city. So when I write single equal to operator, it means I am assigning this right hand side value to the left hand side variable name. So Telangana is stored in state, Hyderabad is stored in city, print of state, print of city, it will give you the result. Okay. Suppose I write C is equal to 100.3. That means I'm storing this value into C. Okay. I, I can use either print of C or I can use type of C. It will give me it is a float point number. Okay. Uh, how am I getting the new cell without pressing a new cell option here is I go press on the line, press escape button. Okay. And then press B, alphabet B for ball. I get the new cell. Okay. That is how I do it. Shortcut. Right. Then now within the state Telangana, okay, I want to use index options to retrieve the alphabets. Okay. So if I go here, I write state and then I execute, it is showing me Telangana, right? If I say square brackets, then put a 0 here and execute, it will give me T. Why it is giving a T? Because it is at the 0th index position. For a string, whenever you start any string, the index position will be starting with 0. State of 0, it is T, Telangana. State of 1, it will give me the next letter E. State of 2, okay. When you start, the starting index would be 0, 1, 2, 3, like that it will continue. Reverse would be -1, -2, -3. So if I want to pick the last element A, I should write it as state of -1. Okay, that will be A. State of -2, N. Okay, anyone did not understand? Straight index is 0, 1, 2. Reverse index is -1, -2, -3, like that. Any questions here? Right. So if I write city of -y, what is the answer? Tell me. City of -y. Okay, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. It should be R. Okay. So whenever you want to retrieve any elements, you have to write the variable name followed by square brackets and then the index position. Okay. If I want to store this, this is my string Telangana, and I'll put index value square brackets index 0. I'm storing the first letter because I'm writing 0. It is index. I'm storing the first letter into first letter of the state. If I print first letter of state, it should give me the answer T. Okay. And city 0 index. That means the first letter of city. Execute H, Hyderabad. Okay, because I have defined city as Hyderabad. Okay. Now I'll overwrite. I will define 3 other variables. First city is Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai. I have defined it as first city, second city, third city. Execute. Now first city of 0. Okay. What is that? D. Okay. Second city of 1. that is 01 U. Then third city of 2, 012 Chennai E. Okay, cool. This is all seriously important only because without indexing, that is a minimum basic you should understand, and you want to write the further conditions for loop, while loop and all. This comes in very important over there. Okay, third city -1. It is I. Reverse indexing no, so it is I. First city 5. So it will be what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have any 5. If I execute this, see, string index out of range. It holds until 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But I'm giving 5. So because I don't have any index element over there, it is telling me string index out of range. Okay. And then similar way. Now I'm having 4 city Ahmedabad. Okay. I'm writing 4 cities 0 to 6. Okay. This is starting. This is last element. This is first element, last element. Now you see what will be the result when I execute. I did not run this line. I have to run this line again. So you see AHMEDA. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, I should have got 6B also, no? But no. Whenever you write like this, it is starting from 0 until the sixth element. Sixth is exclusive element. So it will go from 0 until fifth element only. Okay. Now, if I write like this, 0, 6, I will write it as 2. Let's execute and see what will happen. What has happened now? This is start, this is stop, this is step. So A, M, D. That means you assume you are climbing stairs. So you take 2 steps at once. So this is what it is. So I am going from A to M, A to D, M to D. Okay. 0 to 6 is AHMEDA. Because I am using 2 steps at a time, it will go from A to M, skipping H, then M to D, skipping E. Any questions here? Anyone did not understand? No? Everyone understood? Right. Then I'll ask one question. Yeah, this is 0 to 8. For your reference, I'll keep it over here. Tell me the answer of this. Okay, two silent class. A to E, E to skip 2 elements B, and then there is no further element. A, E, B. So 3 steps at a time. 0 to 8th element, that means 0 to 7, and then 3 steps at a time. If you see A, skip HM, E, skip D, A, B, A, E, B. Okay. So now first city of 0 to 3 index I'm taking and printing it. This says I'm using print comma and first city. Second city of 0 to 4, second city. Third city of 0 to 5, third city. If I print, you see. So from the first city, which is Delhi, I am picking 012. Okay, 012. From Mumbai, I am picking 0 to 4, that is 0123. From Chennai, I'm picking 01234. Okay, so this is what is getting printed. Because I'm printing the variable also, first city, second city, third city. You see, it is giving some value. So what I can do if you want to distinguish also, what you can do is let me try something like this. It will work. No, it will not work. When I put a comma, it will not execute. You see, I wanted to open something over here at the last. So this is the first part. Then this is the first city, Delhi. And then I wrote extra one string with addition. Now it is showing here. This is first city. So in print statements, that is what I wanted to show over there. In print statements, you can add 1 plus 3 plus 4 plus 6 and you can get the result. Or you can go and say print this is a print statement. Okay, you can add string also. That means I'm concatenating string. Okay, either in a print statement you can give mathematical operation or you can just add strings also, it doesn't matter. Or you can see here I did an operation on a variable, then I printed the variable and then I hard coded something at the end. So Delhi, Delhi, this is the first city. Okay, cool. Anyone did not understand anything in 97 and 1995 and 99? Okay, right. So now, what if I write like this? Any guess? What will be the answer? What is there in my first city? Let me write first city. Tell me, what is the answer of this? Give a guess. I showed you taking index 0 to 8, 0 to 2. What if I write like this? What will happen? I don't define anything. I just put two colon symbols. Okay. If I execute, then it will be full Delhi. So it is not giving any first index or last index, and it is just giving you the entire content of the first city. So when you write first city or last city, whatever the variables, and you open the brackets, don't define any numbers, it will give you the entire content of it. Okay. Then first city of -3, 2. I don't mention anything. I don't mention the step. So let me see what will happen. So it is going -1, -2, -3. So it is giving you all the three elements and there is no stop, no ending element, and there is no step also. Starting, stopping, step. Okay. That is how it goes in index. Or you can just write, if you want to just pick one element, first underscore city. I want to pick the last element, -1. I want to pick the first element, 0. Very straightforward. I want to pick from 0 to 2 element. Then should I write 3? Yes, I should write 3 because 3 is exclusive. 0, 1, 2 element. So del. Right. A few more in string. I'm writing this is a mixed case. You see, there is no uppercase, there is no lowercase. I am mixed everything. Uppercase is there, lowercase is there, a mix of it. So that's why I said this is a mixed case, and I'm storing it into a variable name called, when I write a single equal to, that means I'm storing whatever is written on the right side into the left side. Okay. So this is the variable, this is the string. Now for this string, I'm writing stri.lower, stri.upper, and I execute this line. You see, it has got converted into either lowercase or uppercase. Okay, the same we do in SQL. If you are familiar with it, we will write upper of whatever your column name is, or lower of whatever your column name is. But in a string in Python, the syntax would be the variable name followed by dot, lower, and round brackets. That means you're calling a function. I'll tell you what is a function, what is a module. String dot upper, and then calling the upper. So it will do lowercase or uppercase. So now this stri is a string within Python, right? So how will I know that it is a string? Because I've written in double quotes. Anything that you write within quotes, like A is equal to Sachin Tendulkar. Okay, I execute this. I go print A. Sorry, I should have closed. I go print A. This is Sachin Tendulkar. I want to know the type of it. Yes, this is a string. str means string. What is a string? Any characters. Okay. Then now I go put double quotes instead of single quote. Print a type of A. Yeah, this is a string. You can either write single quote or double quote, but don't do something like, okay, put a double quote in front and put a single quote at the end. It doesn't work. You should either start with single quote, end with single quote, start with double quote, end with double quote. If not, you will not, it will not work. So now this is a string data type. Integer is okay. Now I'll ask you one more question. So if I write b is equal to double quotes of 1, this is a string or an integer? Tell me. There is no right or wrong answer. It is just about learning. Okay. B is equal to, I'm writing double quotes 1. This is a string. When I write anything within quotes, print of type of B, it is a string. Whenever I write anything within double quote or single quote, let it be an integer or a float or whatever it is. If you write it to 1.5, it'll still be a string because you have used quotes. Without quotes only, it will be either a float or an integer. Okay. If not, you write anything within quotes, it will just be string. Okay. Now this stri, I was holding this is a mixed case or I am holding a. Okay. Let me cut this off for a moment. I will rename this. Okay. Now let's see this also. I'll write it to Virat Kohli. Now what will be my A? Will it be Sachin Tendulkar or will it be Virat Kohli? I've written A is equal to Sachin Tendulkar in line 129. You see? And I'm writing A is equal to Virat Kohli in line 149. Now what will be my A?
Virat Kohli. The latest one it will take.
Correct. So now whenever you define any variables within any programming language, be cautious you are not using the same name again. What will happen if suppose in the initial lines you have used Sachin Tendulkar and then you have overwritten by mistake to Virat Kohli or any other number also, any other column also, it will take the recent most value. So now print of A, it is Virat Kohli. Okay. So now let me do something. I'll cut this also. Then I'll leave this line. Let it that be add this line. I will go write A dot. That is where IDE comes to play. Okay, you use any Visual Studio Code, Jupyter, PyCharm, anything. All are same, but different themes. A light one is a lighter one, one is a darker mode. A few has few more benefits, and because Visual Studio Code is from Microsoft, the recent most 1 week back or something, I saw Satya Nadala's town hall where he was showing in Visual Studio Code we can directly integrate with a chat helping assistant where we can ask to correct the code and all. It is really fancy. You can watch that video of Satya Nadella also. And then A dot, I press tab. Okay. What will happen? No, it will show me all the functions. You see function. Okay. That are available under the data type. Now this is a string, right? Virat Kohli is a string because I've put it in quotes and then I've stored it into variable A. A dot, I have pressed a tab button on my keyboard. Now I pick this capitalize. I don't know. I'm first time I'm using Python. I don't know. I'm not aware. I will just execute this line. So it will tell me function string dot capitalize. It did not execute anything. It executed and is showing me you are using a function that is capitalized under strings. How to call this? So for calling any function, you have to write round brackets at the end. Okay, and then execute this. Now you see, when I said capitalize, I was expecting, oh, it will turn to full capital letters, Virat Kohli. But you see, no, only the first letter turned to capital letter. Okay, rest all are small. So now you see, when I pressed A dot and I saw how many, right? These many are functions, like around 20, 30. Yeah, little might be more also. For string only, I'm getting 20, 30. What if I had a p is equal to 1, execute this line. I'll press, this is an integer, no? B dot tab. You see, some 6 or 7 or 10. Like that, how many data types we'll have? How many data structures we'll have? Right? How many custom modules or custom functions we will have? How will I remember everything? Impossible, no? If I have to remember this only, how many times I will memorize daily what I've learned in Python? Impossible. That is not a situation. So that is why you can go to this capitalize, put round brackets around, and then within round brackets, you come here and press shift tab. Once I press shift tab, now you see signature. So I am writing a dot capitalize. That is what I'm trying to use. Then there is a beautiful thing that is called as docstring. We will also learn how to write docstrings, writing custom functions when we go to function sections. And it is very important, very, very important. Why? Because if I did not know what capitalize does, I was assuming all the letters of Virat Kohli would be capital, but no, it turned out only one first letter will be capital. Why? Because it is written in the doc string already, returns a capitalized version of the string. Okay, I did not understand more. I did not understand. I'm still expecting Virat Kohli to be all letter capital. More specifically, makes the first character have uppercase and rest to be lowercase. Now this makes me sense. So only the first letter will become capital, rest all letters will remain smaller case. That is how for each and every function, I can go and read the doc string within Python and understand what exactly this function does. Okay, that is why an IDE comes into picture. Okay, understood? Right. So now I'll go press A dot, press tab. I'll say lower. Okay, round brackets. I've never used it. Assume shift tab returns a copy of lower string converted to lowercase. Okay, then I don't know. I'll pick something else. Is there upper? Is upper. I am assuming is upper will do uppercase. Okay, I'll say round brackets. Call the function. When you write after a function round brackets, that means you are calling the function. You want it to execute. Then within the round brackets, I'll press shift tab. Return true if the string is uppercase, false otherwise. No, this will also not do uppercase. Then is there something called upper? Yes, there is a function. So you know somewhere in your mind, okay, there is some function called upper. I will type u. I am lazy enough. I'll press tab upper. Okay, just to type in a small like 1-2 letters of the function and then press tab. It will give you pop up and then pick it and then put round brackets. And if you don't know what is it, just go read, return a copy of string converted to uppercase. Now this will be capital letters of Virat Kohli. Okay. Right. What is this is alpha? If I execute this line. Okay. Return true if the string is an alphabet string, false otherwise. A string is alphabet if all the characters in the string are alphabet and there is at least one character in the string. So if I execute this now, Return true if the string is an alphabet string. Okay. Everything was Virat Kohli was alphabet only, no? But why am I getting false? The string is alphabetic if all the characters in the string are alphabetic. And there is at least one character in the string. Okay. Okay. Alphabets. Okay, I'm using 1A. I'm writing into B. Okay, I'll write B is alpha. False. Might be in Virat Kohli. I'll remove space and see. And then say is alpha. You see, that space was not an alphabet. That's why is alpha was returning me false. So if I go back, put back the space and then I execute is alpha, it is false. So everything should be an alphabet. Then only is alpha will give you true condition. Understood? Here I am holding 1. That's why it is giving me false. Understood? Any questions? No? Beautiful. If you are having even a smallest of the doubt, just stop and ask me. There is no problem. Okay. So let me remove this. Okay. I will take A to be Sachin Tendulkar. Okay. I want to use A dot replace instead of Sachin. I'll say his son name because that guy retired, no, and this guy is playing for Mumbai Indians. Okay, I'll replace Sachin with Arjun. A dot replace Sachin with Arjun, and then I'm storing it back to A. Okay, first let me run this line. Let me run this line, and then now you see A will hold Arjun Tendulkar, not Sachin Tendulkar, because I used A dot replace. That is a function. And within replace, how will I know I should write Sachin Arjun? Okay, here it was directly upper lower. I need not pass any variable, any string. How will I know that I have to pass 1 or 2 or 3? What if I wanted to pass something like, okay, here something like this also? How will I know 1 or 2 or 3? How many I should pass? Read your doc string. Old, new. Okay, so what you want to replace? What you want to replace with? So I want to replace Sachin with Arjun. What is this count and all? We will see later on. Okay, so now you see, now A is equal to 1 ABC, 2 ABC, 3 ABC, 4 ABC. I want to replace this with an A, small ABC with capital ABC. Okay, if I execute this now, cool. Now, 1 ABC, 2 ABC, 3 ABC, 4 ABC. I wrote this. I want to pick from A 1 to 6. What is 1 to 6? That means index position 1 until the index position 6. That means 5. 1 to 5. This is step 1. Okay. A 1 to 6 until what? Sixth element, that is 5. Then in step is 1. You are climbing 1 step at a time. So it is same. Here I am climbing 3 steps at a time. So if I execute this and see the result, what is my answer? Okay, my A is 1 ABC, 2 ABC, 3 ABC, 4 ABC also. Then now you see 1 to 6. 1 means what? A. 1 is 0, no? Here index is 0. Then A is index 1. B is index 2. C is index 3. Okay, index 4, index 5. So you see, I wrote 1 to 6. That means 6th is exclusive element, and then you see my result is ABC2. A. Okay, and then I wrote 1 to 6 step by 1. So step by 1 means it will go one after the other. What if I add step 2? Now you see, so my ABC2 1 to 6 A, and then 2 steps at a time. So A to C, C to A. and then 3 steps at a time. A goes to 2, skipping B and C, third step. Okay, that is how it is. Any questions here on 191? Okay, I'll cut this off. This is a repeat. This is a repeat. This is a repeat. Okay, still my second city is holding any value. I'll just verify. Yeah, it is holding Mumbai. Ends with I. Very straightforward. Ends with I wrote. It should return a true. Okay. If I would have written A, it will give me a false because Mumbai is not ending with A. It is ending with I. Cool. Now this is a repeat. I can remove this. This is a repeat. This is a multi-line comment you already know. I just taught you. Okay, this is a simple string using multiple quotes. I showed you how to write double quotes, single quotes. Don't mix and match. This also you know. So no problem. And then let me see. I'm sorry, I had a previous student name over there. Okay, Palla. I think he's working somewhere. Uh, I want to put his name into this, and then let's see, job in some company, Microsoft. I'll write. Yeah, he earns. Okay, execute this line. Okay, I wanted to stress double quotes wherever there is a company or a name. You see, it is Palla here and then Microsoft here. Okay, I intentionally want to write double quotes whenever there is a name and a company, but I want to write in a multi-line comment. Yeah. So how could I achieve that? Okay, let's see. What if I do not write this forward slashes here? What will happen? Okay, I will remove this. Here also I'll remove. What I told you. So I told you that whenever you want to write a multi-line comment, you go ahead, put 3 quotes, end with 3 quotes. It will give you a multi-line comment. So if I execute this, see. So Palla is pursuing his master's in some big data and is planning to get a job in Microsoft, and he wants to earn a good package. Okay, if I execute this line, okay, right? But here I'm still missing. I want, my intention is Palla should have a double quote and then even Microsoft should have a double quote. Why there is a backslash in here? Because I've used an enter button here. You see line number here after Microsoft, I used an enter button so that it goes into next line. So in the background, it understood I used an enter button, and then while printing, it is giving me backslash n. Correct? Backslash n means enter. Okay, he wants to earn a good package also, right? But still, I want to use double quote for Palla and Microsoft, and I do want this backslash n also, right? It is not good. So what can I do? And then now I don't want to use double quote. I don't want to use a multi-line comment. I want to define this as a string, only single quote. Now you see, the moment I pressed enter, you see it has gone to next line. It is not the same line anymore. And you see this is in brown color, this is in black color. It is not even a single line. If I execute this, it will throw an error. Line 215. Well, you see syntax error, unterminated string literal, because it did not end properly. Now within a string only, if I have to define it as a multi-line, then you need to use like, and I want to give, okay, first let's fix this. Now, if I want multi-line, you see, I'm having black line here. I go put a backward slash here. Now this is fixed. This problem is addressed. It is coming as a single line. If I execute this line, See, this is gone. So C is holding the entire content. The issue is gone. I remove the backslash, you see, and then I put back the backslash. The issue is addressed. But still, I want this in double quote, Microsoft and Palla. So what I can do, backslash, double quote Palla, backslash, double quote, and then wherever you want to give a double quote, put a backslash in front of it, and then execute this. So this will be sustained. Now you see Palla is getting double quote, Microsoft is getting double quote. That is how you can play with backslash and double quote and single quote, and then convert the two lines into a single line using backslash. You understood? Any questions here in 229, 225? Okay. If you are feeling a little confused, just go back, pick this session. I mean this drive from the drive, you pick this file, open and see. Try to run and see. If you don't get it, you can ask me. Okay. Need to use quotes within a string. Another way to handle the quotes, or this is a single quote. Yeah. You see, I wanted to use double quote here. So what I did, outside I used single quote, within I used a double quote. This is one way of doing it. Okay, outside you use single quote, within you use double quote, this will work. Or I want to use double quote inside and outside. I don't like single quotes at all. I just want to use double quotes, double quote, double quote. Because I wanted quotes for this, you have to give backward slash quote, backward slash quote, and then this will work. That is what I did with Palla and Microsoft. And then I have a double quote outside. Yeah. And then I want to convert two lines into a single line. So that is why I used quote backward slash quote backward slash. You see, because I gave this quote and quote, it is giving me a quote here. Because I gave an extra backward slash, this is reading this second line as a single line. So if I remove this, you see, string is getting showing as a next line, but I want to have it as a single line backward slash. Anyone did not understand 233? Okay. I've been telling from today starting, when I write one single is equal to, okay, and write something on the right side, that means I am assigning the value on the right side to the value on the left side. That means variable on the left side. Okay, A is equal to 1, B is equal to 1. When I write single is equal to, it is assigning. But when I write double is equal to, I want to check A double is equal to B. This is how I check. Okay, double is equal to means testing, checking. Okay, or B double is equal to A. Okay, then you can ask me, I have seen somewhere A is B also works. Yes, it works. Or B is A also works. Okay. Either you use double is equal to or is, both are same. Okay. One double is equal to one. It will give you true. Okay. One double is equal to two, false. Okay. I give Sachin is equal to Sachin, true. I gave single equal to here. I should have given double equal to. You see, when you try to give values on both the side, it will obviously not work. Double is equal to Sachin, true. Okay. Any questions? Okay. If not, we'll stop here. We'll come back, join tomorrow, continue with our class. Thank you for joining us. Bye bye.
Yeah, thank you.